Okay, we are on question 35 now. Consider the graph of the linear equation. They only want you to pick which answer is true. So, just start with A. Ask yourself, is the point 0, 3 on the line? Yes, the answer is A. Circle and move on. That is a question that you can save time on. This question, where's my 33 students got this right. So that was pretty good. Yeah. Okay. 36. 24 students got this one correct. So we've got these statistics for basketball points the team has scored. They just want to know, and I really skipped straight to the answers. It's either an outlier or it's not an outlier. So I opened up my stat plot, cleared out what I had in there, and then I put my data in. And I included 105. So my last thing should be 105. And then I opened up my stat plot and I changed the type to be the one with outliers. If it's an outlier, it's going to show up on my graph as an outlier, right? So zoom 9, look at that. It's either A or it's B. It's an outlier, and then we just have to tell, is the data skewed to the left or to the right? Which half is longer from the median? Is this half bigger or is this half bigger? Well, 105 is on the right. So the data is skewed to the right. Okay, 37. Only one person missed this question.
I'm hoping I could be that one person. It's not that. Or I'm not that.
Okay. When they're the same is where they intersect. You just had to write out what that point is. X comma Y means 24, then 150. So the answer was C. Okay, 38. Do that thing again where you put a nice big star around it and then you highlight it. This was the most missed question. Only 4 students got this question correct. Most of the responses, like 22 people, all select the same response as the most missed answer. And the first time that I did this question, I answered that one as well and then went back and changed it. So, you've been given this expression to represent the amount of money in a savings account. Interest compounds quarterly. How many times? Quarterly is how many times in a year? 4. That's where this 4 and this 4 come from. And so they wanted to know what this entire part of the expression is. Okay? And everybody wanted to say it's the factor by which the amount of money in the account is multiplied 4 times per year. That was the most missed answer. Because quarterly means 4 times per year. But this 4 and this 4 on the inside of the expression means that the 4 times per year has already been taken into account. So the answer is A. Because this whole part of the expression is only multiplied by 5,000 one time. The quarterly parts are already accounted for. So B was the most missed answer. And considering that we have not done compound interest yet, I'm not mad that you had gotten that wrong, especially since 22 people picked B, because the first time I read this question, that was what I thought the answer was too, and then went back and went, wait a minute, wait, that wasn't right. So, having no prior knowledge of compound interest, that's a great answer to miss it on. Okay, and we are going to do you remember the question earlier that we starred and skipped? It was a compound interest problem. We're going to come back to this one the same way that we're going to come back to that one. So we're going to do that later this week. All right, 37 people got this right. You just had to plug and chug. You really just had to plug them in and see. $2.50 for a protein bar, $1.25 for a bottle of water. Which one combines to equal $22.50? The answer is A. These are nice because when you plug and chug and the answer is the first one you get to, you just have to do one calculation and you move on. So, those of you, not all of them, those of you who weren't sure what I just said, you do 6 times 250 and then you do, 6 again, Lord, times 125 in your calculator and it equals 2250 for the first option. Okay, number 40. 33 people got this one right. So they just wanted to know which expression or which equation represents the relationship between time and the amount of water remaining. Tell me what you know about this line. What can you see? It's going down. It's decreasing, which means my slope should be? Okay, so C and D are out. And then, does it cross the y-axis at negative 8,000 or positive 8,000? Positive. B. That's it. 31 people got this one right. Okay. There are 2 ways to do this question. There's the long way and the short way. The long way, which I'm not going to make you do, but I'm going to tell you, you could have put this into L1 and this into L2 on your stat, enter, and then you could have done the linear regression equation, which was stat calc 4, and then plugged in 178 for x. That's the long way to do this. The short way is to notice that if 178 customers are coming in, that's close to 170. And when 170 customers came in, it was 114. So only one of these options is close to 114. 119. That's the answer. It's okay if you did it the long way. I reasoned it out that way in my head, but then I did it the long way to verify that I was right. Because I did not have confidence in myself. Okay. Grab your highlighters. We're going to highlight all the things that are wrong with this question. It says, which relation represents a function? What do we know about functions? X can't repeat. Good job, Jose. We know X can't repeat. So, in A, I have -6, -1, 0, -1. So I've got a -1 and a -1. A is out. B, -5 has one line, -2 has one line, 0 has one line, 4 has one line. Bam. I'm going to show you the rest of it just to verify. In C, your zeros repeat. And in D, vertical line test. Circle is never a function. Only 25 of you got this question right. It should have been 38. So 13 of you need to brush up on what a function is, or how to tell if something is a function. 43. Here we have our graph. We have to pick which of these tells us about our graph. So let's start with, is it decreasing or increasing? Increasing. Okay, so A and B are out. Then we have to determine if 0, 5, which is this right here, is a maximum or a minimum. It has to be a minimum. Maximum means highest point, minimum means lowest point. Hopefully that was pretty straightforward. Let's see, where are we? 43, 32 of you got that one right. And then the kids, 5 of you got that question wrong. You put C, probably because you missed this. So you're on the right track about the function increasing. Not mad about that. 44. 33 got this right. So we've got this expression right here. One of these statements is true. So each hour the population decreases by 3%. Is 0.3 written as a percent equal to 3%? No. What is it?
Oh, never mind.
No, 3% would be 0.03.
Yeah, that's
0.3 is 30%. Totally fine. You're good. Okay, B. Each hour the population increases by 3 bacteria. No, we're dealing with percents. C. The hourly decay rate for the population is 30%. Dash to 1. Okay, I think we got 1 or 2 more left in us. We're almost done. 45. 29 students got 45 right. Oh, look. Star it. This is another one. I'm impressed that 29 of you could tell the difference, because we haven't done this. Okay. You had to determine if they were both exponential, both linear, or if one was linear and one was exponential. So, if I start with $200 and I save $20 a month, is that going to be linear or exponential? Linear. Good job. So I would just write linear next to that one, because I'm adding 20 every month. Okay, option 2. Starting with $0, the student saves $20 in the first month and increases the amount saved per month by 10%. Well, percent is when we're dealing with growth and decay, right? And growth and decay is linear or exponential? So the answer was C. Plan 1 is linear, plan 2 is exponential. Okay, last one for the day. A science class measures the length of leaves found in a local forest, and the histogram represents it. Which statement could be true? A, there are 6 leaves that measure exactly 3.9 centimeters. Do you know? I don't know exactly, but that would happen in here, right? In this second box. And that second box only goes up to 5, so it can't be that one. B, there are 6 leaves that measure exactly 6 centimeters. That's here. So here is B. That also only goes up to 5, so it can't be that one. C, there are 7 leaves that measure exactly 2 centimeters. That would be here, because there's 2. Only goes up to 5, which means it has to be D. There are 7 leaves that measure exactly 1.8. That happens here, and it comes up to 7. I don't remember if I told you, but 36 got that question right.